Good morning, Hudson High. May we please have a moment of silence. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today is January 26th, a day 7.
Staff Spirit Days are back for semester 2. In celebration of Groundhog Day, next Friday, February 2nd, will be Punxsutawney Phil's Spirit Day. Dress what you think Punxsutawney's prediction will be. 6 more weeks of winter or an early spring. Or dress up like your favorite weatherman or groundhog. Let's capture these moments with a photo op. Meet on the stairs at 2:15 p.m. or stop by and record the weather in C102, like this guy.
Once a year, the eyes of the nation turn to a tiny hamlet in western Pennsylvania to watch a master at work. The master, Punxsutawney Phil, the world's most famous weatherman, the groundhog, whose legend can predict the coming of an early spring. So I guess the question we ask ourselves today is, does Phil feel lucky? Turn in next week to find out.
Attention seniors, this week the Yearbook Club is looking for photos from your elementary, middle school, and early high school days for our memory section. Email Miss Peyton this weekend with your pics. We still would love to have more photos from Senior Sunrise and any candid shots you have in the hallways, classrooms, or with your favorite teacher. Senior Superlative winners, you will be pre-scheduled in ARC to take your official photo next week. Please check your email for more information. While we're on the subject of the Yearbook Club has compiled the results of the teacher superlatives, and here are the winners who will be immortalized in the yearbook. Most likely to get distracted in class, Mr. Sacco. Best classroom decor, Miss Murphy. Will never need a mic, Mr. Lentino. Most likely to be called Mom, Miss Porter. Most school-spirited, Miss Bird. Worst with technology, Miss Smith. Most likely to spend $1,000 on Swift tickets, Miss Seslick. Biggest coffee addict, Mr. Sarah. Most engaging, Mr. King. Best storyteller, Mr. Lesage. And most dynamic duo, Miss Cawthorn and Mr. Reinhardt. If you're interested in designing and learning to lay out pages for clubs, activities, and sports, join the Yearbook Club on Wednesdays after school in Miss Peyton's room.
And don't forget, anyone can reserve a 2024 yearbook. Order before February 11th to be guaranteed a book. As always, the yearbook will include a portrait section by grade and a staff section. It will also be included in photos and after-school clubs, sports teams, school functions, and as well as everyday student life. The cost is $100 and payments can be done online or dropped off to Miss Carter in the front office. Remember, seniors, you don't need to do this as one is already reserved and paid for out of your dues. The next meeting of Environmental Club will be held Monday, February 5th in E206 after school. Please come join us to plan our March 4th all-school campus cleanup. Also be sure to wear your green to the meeting. Wear your Environmental Club t-shirt or any green t-shirt to help us create a promotional video for our next events. If you have any questions, please see Ms. Smith in E206. Community Council will be holding a Kiss Your Crush fundraiser beginning on February 7th for only $1. You can send a bag of Hershey Kisses to your friend, favorite teacher, or even your crush. Stop by the table during all lunches. Just a reminder that the Lost and Found bin located in the main office is overflowing. Please stop by and claim your items before they're gone.
The Math Center is open and ready to help. Student tutors are available after school on Tuesdays from 2 to 3 p.m. in G105. You can also schedule for the Math Center extra help sessions on Wednesdays during ARC. Sign up with Mr. DeCosti under Student Services. The Scribblers January contest has one more week. The theme for this month is January doldrums. Doldrums mean a state of inactivity or depression. Send in your poems, stories, essays, memoirs, visual art, and photography on the theme of January doldrums. All entries can be submitted to chobbs@hudson.k12.ma.us or bring hard copies to Miss Hobbs in room F104. Please include your name and grade level on your entry, and the deadline is January 29th. The Metro West Princess Boutique is back for another amazing year, and they need your help. Please help some amazing students attend their proms. They are currently looking for donations of new or gently used purses, shoes, and jewelry. A drop-off box will be located in the cafeteria. New or gently used dresses can be dropped off only through the drive-thru event on Saturday, February 10th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the front of the high school. For more information, go to www.mwpprincessboutique.com.
Today's birthday shoutouts go to Laura Dos Santos, Mylena Bonfante, Dylan Nystrom, William Sawyer, Daria Georgie Woodford, Levante Wilson, and Annalise Zamboni. Now turning to sports. Boys varsity basketball takes on Littleton at 7 p.m. tonight at home, while girls varsity basketball plays Laway and Littleton at 7. Boys varsity ice hockey will hold their senior night and play East Boston at home Saturday at 6 p.m. in the New England Sports Center. Boys and girls indoor track will participate at the Coaches Invitational on Sunday at the Reggie Lewis Track Center. Time to be announced.
Have a great day, Hudson High.
Super Bowl of weather.
Bring out the bicycles and springtime toys! All hail groundhog supremacy!
On the second day of February each year, the groundhog gets its moment, especially this little guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Punxsutawney Phil!
He's the world's most famous groundhog, and he makes his prediction of when winter will end every year in front of thousands of fans at a big party in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Phil makes his guess based on whether he sees his shadow. If he does, it's 6 more weeks of winter. If not, we're in for an early spring. The roots of Groundhog Day are centuries old. February 2nd is known as Candlemas Day, when Christians would take out their candles to church to have them blessed, and this would bring blessings to their homes for the rest of winter. This traditional belief made its way to Germany, and that's where the lore got its very first mascot, a hedgehog. The Germans believed this little guy could predict the weather, and as German settlers moved to the States, so did the belief. The problem was there were hardly any hedgehogs in America. Groundhogs, on the other hand, well, there were a lot of them, and the mighty groundhog became the face of the lore. The first official Groundhog Day celebration was in 1887, and it eventually turned into a whole thing.
Who's thinking spring?
Nowadays, Phil is always surrounded by a bunch of guys in top hats and tuxedos. They're called the Inner Circle, also known as Punxsutawney Phil's hype guys.
You have to understand something. There are two entities in the world that are infallible, the Pope and Punxsutawney Phil.
Phil will tell his prediction to the president of the Inner Circle, who is supposedly the only person who understands Phil's language, called Groundhogese. This is more of a body language. He might communicate with just a little wink. The vice president then pulls out one of 2 scrolls, each with a different prediction, and tells everyone the news.
There is no shadow of me. A beautiful spring it shall be!
Now the Groundhog Day party has become a tradition in places all over North America, each with their own version of Punxsutawney Phil. There's Staten Island Chuck, Buckeye Chuck, Jimmy the Groundhog, Dunkirk Dave, and in Canada, there's Wired and Willie, Shubenacadie Sam, and Balzac Billy. So how often are groundhogs right anyway? Phil's track record is actually pretty terrible. He's right about 40% of the time, meaning you're better off flipping a coin. But this might be a case of broken telephone.
Phil's predictions are always 100% correct. However, some people think he's wrong. Most likely our president has misinterpreted what Phil had predicted in the first place.
Whatever the case may be, people are just hoping to hear some good news.
Everybody's looking for some way to alleviate that feeling of being miserable all the time, and Groundhog Day does that for us.
That's reason enough for many people to give the spotlight to these furry forecasters just once a year.
Strike up the music, the